Sure. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Charles Selene, I'm the U.S. Marshal for Western New York. We're here today to continue to search for David Morgan. Our investigation, we're still doing an investigation nationwide to locate him, but today's search is going to go west on 63 and attempt to locate him. Prior to him fleeing North Carolina, he had got arrested for a drug charge. Our office has done an extensive investigation nationwide, and prior to him leaving, he did mention that he was depressed and that he did want to commit suicide and flee. And we have done interviews up in New Hampshire. He has made statements to family members and friends. So the search today is to see if he is out there and to locate him. We're going to give it our best effort. We have the state police canines. I want to thank them, but we're still lurking nationwide. But the last time that we have any information on where he was on July 18th, when he walked into the cornfield after he pointed a gun at Officer DePasquale from the Geneseo Police Department. Prior to our search here, he had made statements with his girlfriend that he wanted to go out Bonnie and Clyde style, and based upon those actions, that's why we're going to give it our best effort with the canine units, members of the Marshal Service, the state police, and the Sheriff's Department to see if he's out there. So that's why we're here today.
Those conversations with the family members, was that all prior to July 18th? Or has anyone spoken to him since that day?
We continue to talk to family members, not only in North Carolina, but we've also talked to associates of his in Florida, in South Carolina, in New Hampshire. So those, yes, our office is continuing to keep in contact with them.
Has he made, and I apologize, has he made contact with those family members since July 18th?
No.
But those conversations that he had basically said he was depressed and...
Yes, his mindset when he left North Carolina is he had this drug charge that he was arrested for down there, and he went to South Carolina, dropped off some possessions, a motorcycle and several possessions that were close to him to a friend, and made some desperate comments to that individual and fled up here, and that's when he was stopped on July 18th by the Geneseo police officer.
I know you said it's still a nationwide search and he hasn't spoken to family since, but he still has not been spotted anywhere else prior to...
Correct. We've put out on social media, we've put his photo out on social media, we've put billboards up in several states. We have not had one credible tip as to where his location is, and that is kind of unusual. You know, we've worked many escape cases, many fugitive cases, and typically within 24, 48, 72 hours, you get something credible where you get excited and say, all right, let's focus in this area. I did send deputy marshals from Rochester and the task force up to New Hampshire within the last 2 weeks to run down some investigative leads where he has family members and he has another individual that he spent time in prison with. We spoke to those people and they indicated the same thing. He had made contact with some people up in New Hampshire, communicated with them that you'll never see me again, I'm in trouble. So his mindset when he fled North Carolina was that he was very desperate, and I think by the actions that occurred right here behind us where he pointed a gun at Officer DePasquale and fled into the woods and his girlfriend subsequently gets arrested, we have had no credible tips, no sightings, so that's why we're just going to give it our best effort to see if in fact he is out there. So there's no public safety issue. I know the sheriff might want to address that. We don't think he's living out there, camping out in the woods, surviving off the land. We just want to go area by area as best as we can with state police cadaver dogs, U.S. Marshal personnel, sheriff's deputies, troopers, to see if he's out there. If it takes us the full day today and we can't get to the rest of the areas, we will come back. But we just want to give it our best effort to see if he's out there.
So you believe this could be a recovery effort?
That's what it is right now. Again, I don't think he's out there camping out in Livingston County. I think we would have arrested him by now. Could he have slipped out of here, jumped on a truck? Of course. We're still focusing outside of Livingston County, but again, without any credible tips since July 18th, no sightings. Family members have not called us. They're concerned that he may have taken his life out here. So, you know, we're going to do it for them, and we're going to do it for the law enforcement officers that nationwide have put their best effort to go out and try to find him and arrest him. But so that's why we're here today.
Why today? Is it just this is when you had all the extra officers?
Logistics, yeah. And again, the state police have been phenomenal with us. They've supported us. We need their dogs. The cadaver dogs are here, and we're going shoulder to shoulder with them through the field just west of here. Today's focus is just west across the road here, and that could take several hours. And if we're successful and we get through that, we may continue to search other areas.
What do you want people to know who drive through here? You know, is in terms of roads closed and things like that. I mean, how long? You said you could be here most of the day today.
Yeah, I could defer that to the state police as far as road closures. But we don't, again, there's not a public safety concern where we think he could pop out knowing that we're looking for him and anybody's in danger. We just want, you know, vehicles that are coming through to come through slowly, because there's dogs and there's officers on foot out there in the fields.
After looking at the video and all the evidence, is there any reason to believe that he was hit by the officer's bullets, or that he may have been shot before he ran off?
We have no indication that he was. Yeah.
You mentioned the unique nature of this case. You normally find people when you look for them, you know, but not hearing from him or not finding any sign of him is unusual.
It is unusual. Again, you know, we've been involved in many. You know, this is a high-profile case. I mean, he pointed a gun at a police officer, and Officer DePasquale did a great job. He went home that evening to his family. But you know, we were involved in the Bucky Phillips case, the Dannemora case, where we have the Monroe County Jail escape case, and typically, we work with our partners. You get information where you kind of get excited and say, this looks good, and we just haven't had that in this investigation.
What are all the resources that you have out here today?
We have about 60 officers. We have state police canine, we have sheriff's deputies, we have state troopers, we have state park police.
We have our high angle rope rescue team out there to support on it.
Rope rescue as well.
Rope rescue, because of the terrain, you know, it's flat going west, but there's other areas that we have targeted to search if we're not successful today. So we're just prepared for any type of terrain we might come across out there.
Sheriff, you must be, this is, you know, a community that's not, I won't say on edge, but certainly it's been something that, you know, people in town keep talking about. They probably ask you all the time, how's the search going? How's the search going?
Yeah, for the most part, I mean, it's definitely quieted down, and people went back to their normal life, which is what I anticipated would happen. And believe me, if I felt like he was out here alive, we wouldn't have left. If he's out here at all, he's dead. And there's still a possibility he's not out here at all, that he went outside the perimeter and he's who knows where. But we're assisting. So you have your local charges, you have your federal charges. So the marshal zoned in on the federal charges, and we're assisting him today with this. So I know there's been talk of why now? Why are you guys wasting your, you know, Livingston County taxpayer money? I've read the comments. I've heard from people. Believe me, I hear that. I can tell you that we're not expending overtime. We're not expending additional resources. We're just relocated some assignments today to assist the marshals, and we'll give them whatever support services they need here.
Are you the lead agency out here?
We're the lead agency in the search for David Marcus. He is a federal fugitive as well as a county fugitive. He has charges pending here for what occurred behind us, and he also has federal charges for felon in possession. So as far as the search to locate and arrest him, we are, but we're all working together on this, Norma. We're partners. You know, we go way back, and again, we just want to give it our best effort. You know, members of the Marshal Service have put many hours in here nationwide, and taxpayer money, that shouldn't be an issue. We're doing whatever we can to locate him, and whether he's dead out here or whether he's got out of here. You know, I'm confident that we're going to find him one way or the other. But right now, my team, my investigators, not only here but in North Carolina, this is coordinated in other districts too, because he's wanted out of North Carolina as well. Have said, hey, look at Marshall, we're not stopping to stop looking right now, but right now, we'd like that field check, and that's why we're here.
And I know back in June, you guys were searching through the cornfields and down on this side, but were you searching on the west side last time as well, or?
There was a partial search. We started pushing through from the Wadsworth homestead. south through that heavy terrain there, and today is picking back up some of that area, going back over it, and then actually getting some stuff that wasn't covered the last time. And the other thing I'd note is, believe me, I understand the motoring public. They don't want to be delayed. They don't want to be detoured. This is a main artery of the county. We get that heavy truck traffic. This road will not be closed for the entire time. It's closed right now while the searchers get in place, and then the road will open back up. And then if there's some reason to close it again, we will do that. But believe me, I have all those things in mind with the constituents here and the residents here, that we're trying to make life as smooth as possible for them.
Is his girlfriend still cooperating? I know she had mentioned earlier, telling you guys about the suicide by cop theory, about how they wanted to go out.
She's still in custody on county charges, so I would defer to the sheriff.
Yeah, so she's still in county jail. We've been working through her public defender. They have been cooperative. That's pretty much the most I'm going to say on that. But she's been cooperative. She's still in custody.
Did you find anything out in the woods at all, like in the early stages, that might lead you to believe he was out there at all? Or are you able to say at least?
We found her cell phone. The only thing that was ever recovered out there was the cell phone that she said she had dropped in the cornfield, because she entered a short way into the cornfield, if you remember. Yeah. We did recover that. That was the only evidence from out in the field that we recovered.
Can we get the spelling?
Salina.